It was a typical Friday night for our group, the Urban Explorers. Tonight's adventure: Mercy Hospital, a behemoth of a building, standing empty for 15 years. Legends and lore surrounded this place, unexplained phenomena, ghostly apparitions. We thrived on this. The team was prepped, cameras, flashlights, and enough nervous energy to power the city. There was me, documenting everything. Mark, the skeptic, Sarah, the believer, and Emily, our resident EMF reader. Each step towards the entrance felt heavier than the last, anticipation turning to dread. The air inside was thick with the smell of decay and something else, something unsettling. We stepped inside. The heavy doors slammed shut behind us, echoing through the desolate halls. Our laughter at the sound was tinged with a nervous edge. Our footsteps resonated through the silence as we walked deeper into the hospital. Each room was a snapshot of a life interrupted, beds left unmade, medical equipment gathering dust. The silence was deafening, broken only by the click of the camera shutter and the frantic thumping of my own heart. As we ventured deeper, the atmosphere grew heavier. A cold draft sent chills down my spine despite the summer heat. We heard it first as a faint whisper, a rustling sound that seemed to come from within the walls. "Did you hear that?" Emily asked, her voice barely a whisper. Mark dismissed it as the wind, but Sarah and I exchanged uneasy glances. It happened again, a soft, mournful sigh that seemed to emanate from the very air around us. Fear began to tighten its grip. The EMF meter in Emily's hand began to sputter, its lights flashing erratically. A wave of goosebumps washed over me. We weren't alone. The air grew colder, the whispers louder, morphing into guttural growls, then a blood-curdling scream. It was Sarah. We rushed towards the sound, our hearts pounding in our chests. We found her standing in the middle of the hallway, her eyes wide with terror. "It touched me," she choked out, pointing to a dark corner. "Something touched me." We tried to rationalize her experience, but the fear was contagious. Then Mark disappeared. One minute he was there, the next gone, no explanation. Panic set in. We searched frantically, calling his name until our voices were hoarse. Emily claimed something was pulling her, dragging her towards the darkness. She was next. Her screams echoed through the desolate halls, a haunting melody that chilled me to the bone. I was alone. The camera shook in my hands, my breath coming in ragged gasps. The weight of the situation, the reality of it all, crashed down on me. I had to get out, to escape this nightmare. As I fumbled with the door, I felt a cold presence behind me. Turning slowly, I raised the camera, its lens capturing the ethereal glow of a figure standing in the shadows. Its eyes, two burning embers, stared directly at me. A whisper, barely audible, sent shivers down my spine. "You're coming with us." The camera dropped to the floor, its red light blinking, capturing one final frame. The ghostly figure inches from the lens.